Stop giving your time to people that don't appreciate you. Because most people, they're worried about their own selves. They ain't worried about, and they're gonna stop and say, oh my gosh. And if you do have people, right, and I'm sure that we have at least one or two people in our lives, or have had people in our lives that was worried about us. But we're talking about the everyday people that you just came across. You worried about, oh my gosh, I hope this person is doing good, even though I just met them a week or two ago, a month ago, a half a year ago. I hope they're doing fine. I hope they don't think this about me. Stop worried about people and how they feel about you. Because most people, they're only worried about what's going on with their lives. And guess what? You know what they're thinking about? Me and mine. Me and mine. It's all about them. And it's hard to say because we have family members that are not even worried about us. They're not worried about us. But before I get into the video, let me introduce myself. This is your best friend, your new best friend, Gene. New best friend, Gene. And got me some Dunkin' Donuts. Your boy is tired. Last night, I'm with family and a little bit. Tell a little bit about myself. I have a new blessing to the family. Her name is Amira, my little niece. And before I left and came to work, I was at my mom's house last night, and she was crying all night. I fell asleep. I ended up just falling asleep, and I had her this morning. And I rocked her to sleep. Beautiful, beautiful beautiful baby. Blessing to the family. But back to what I'm talking about. If I look tired, this is one of the reasons why. I heard her crying all last night. And I tried to. I was weak last night. I was knocked out. But where I'm going with this, worry about yourself, because most people are not worried about you. Most people are not worried about you. And why? Is it fair? Well, to an extent, it's not fair, but at the same time, we live in this world we came as individuals. We came as individuals, and we're going to leave by ourselves. And no one is obligated to tell you how to live your life, and you're not obligated to tell anyone how to live their lives. But if someone was to come to us and say, hey, what do you think about us? We can give an input, because I can relate. If I can relate to you and I can explain to you, okay, this is what happened to me and this is what I think, but it's just your opinion. If they ask for your opinion, okay, cool. But worry about yourself. Worry about yourself, because most of the time, ain't nobody worried about you. Ain't nobody worried about me. You ain't worried about. Think about it. It's gonna be that one person that, for example, that most of the time we, in some type of way, we take for granted. They'll call us, go out their way, hit us up, and we never really at one point really worried about, like, dang, how did that person doing? We just knew that person was just gonna hit us up. It's the same thing for you with that other person. I'm not saying that they're bad people, but most people aren't worried about you. Now, that's just a typical person in everyday life, right? Now, it's cool to reach out to people and say, hey, how you doing? How's this? But like, you're stressing about it. You know what I mean? This person is not putting into your cup, not worried about you, not worried about where you're going in life. They just hit you up when they need you. Those are the type of people I'm talking about. And in some case, you got to think about it. Those same people that you're going out your way, you're stressing about, you're giving your heart-earned resources, your time. That's more important. That's something right there. So you're giving your time. You listen to all the negative things that they're saying to you, gossiping. You know what I mean? They calling you just so they could talk about what's going on in their lives. And the minute that you talk about what's going on with yourself, it's as if like you ain't nothing. Like, oh, okay, and they switch it back to them. Yeah, we're talking about those type of people. Stop worried about people that ain't worried about you. Stop worried about people that's not worried about you, because 9 times out of 10, something, God forbid, something was to happen to you today, they ain't worried about you. They ain't gonna even call you up, and I bet you they be the main ones in your, God forbid, if that happened in your funeral, they be the main ones crying, this, that, and the third, bro. When you needed them, they were never there. How many of us had a situation that we needed help from, and we reach out to people, or they haven't heard from us, and they were nowhere to be found? How many? How many could relate? And this is one of the reasons why me, as your best friend, your new best friend Gene, I ain't worried about nobody. I remember one time, it was at one point, I was talking to this female, what's happening. We had a little group. And by the way, I'm always to myself. And I do admit people do love coming around me just as much because I give out positive energy, right? But I'm not perfect, but I'm just saying, like, but same way, we had a little clique, we were always cool, and I was just talking, and I forgot what I was saying, but I did remember I said something that relates to me. I ain't worried about no. And then somebody came, I said, I ain't worried about that. Person can't make me happy, then I ain't worried about what they feel. I'm just, if nobody can't make me happy, right? Just like you, if anybody can't make you happy and nobody can't keep it real with you, I ain't worried about nobody, keep it moving. This person said to me, oh, it's only about you? It's always only about you. And I said, yeah, it is, actually. Because I know that if a situation was to happen, you ain't gonna stop everything and just come and help me. So I only focus on me and worry about myself. Of course, she tried to come back with it, but she had to think about it at first. That's because I had worked on myself. I worked on myself and understood and realized that, hey, I'm only here on this earth as an individual, and I can only worry about myself. Now that doesn't mean that I was completely, 100%. How can I say? Because I'm still working on myself, y'all, and I'm actually much more better positioned mentally than I was back then. Because I was still trying to figure out certain things, but at the same time, I had the knowledge enough to worry about myself. I'm that confident, and most people are not like that. They don't like people like that. They don't even like you. They don't even want to come around you if you're only worried about yourself, because they feel like, hey, they want to be heard. You should respect them. You should acknowledge them. And I'm not obligated to do that. Who are you? You ain't putting it into my cup. You ain't helping me. So my thing is this: worry about yourself. Don't even worry about nobody. Excuse me, y'all. Worry about yourself. Worry about yourself, because ain't nobody gonna sit there. Yeah, I take full accountability myself, where I realize that everything in my life, the way I'm living now, I take full accountability. I take full accountability because I was not supposed to worry about anyone else but myself. And that was my issue, and that's my karma. I do admit that I'm worried about everyone else. I'm giving my time to everybody else. I done told people my moves that, were fake with me, and they wish downfall on me. Now, I'm not putting that completely on them, but a lot of times, sometimes people prey on us so we don't succeed. I'm not going to give them power now, but I take full accountability for that. And you ought to do the same thing too, because when you take full accountability for your life and worry about yourself and take action, you'll see things are just much more different now. And that's what's going on with me. Most people who are right now may call me cold-blooded, like, dang, you don't have no heart. And it's the same people that didn't take me for granted. They took me for granted. So you expect me to just come around you and help you and do this and do that, and then worry about you, and then when it's my time and everything, you just kick me to the curb and ain't worry about me and worry about my well-being. And all of a sudden now I do a whole 360 and I'm worried about myself. Now I'm cold-blooded. How'd that happen to me? Like, I got family members, oh, because you're the older, you're the older family member, you're supposed to. And that's another thing too. You're supposed to. Be careful what people telling you you're supposed to. You ain't no super. I don't care if. Don't tell me I'm supposed to. If you ain't got no kids, if they ain't your kids, right? They ain't your spouse. Don't tell me I'm supposed to. And that's one of the things that I catch on to. When you telling me I'm supposed to do something, you're telling you that's in a way, to me, I'm looking at it as control. You're trying to control me mentally and telling me what I'm supposed to do. And it's like, I'm gonna do for you, but I don't have to do for you. I'm supposed to do for you, but when it comes to you don't have to do it for me because you're worried about yourself. Be careful with people telling you you're supposed to do something. Because I'm not obligated to do anything for you. Alright? But that's all I had to say to you. And keep in mind, worry about yourself. Don't worry about nobody else. Focus on where you want to go. Focus on them goals. Focus on, for example, if you're in a nice relationship and that person treating you really good, they respect you, they know your boundaries. Yo, you're happy? Worry about that relationship. Focus on them. Focus on them because it's not every day you're going to find somebody that's going to really love you and really want to be with you and accept you for who you are, right? And they're willing to work with you. Because nobody's perfect. Focus on you. Worry about that career you want to do. Worry about this. I don't even care if somebody asks you for money. No means no. Somebody just hit me up not too long ago. But, of course, and they're asking me for money. I just met you. We cool. And you're asking me for money? You're asking me for money? I just met you. I don't even know you. I'm just having a genuine conversation with you. And then you're trying to manipulate me by trying to make me think that, hey, you know, you like me. I catch you on the things. And then you begging me for money. It's crazy. Be careful with people. Focus on yourself, all right? Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, in the comment below, description, right? Comment below, pin to the top. Also, where the description box, where it says subscribe, check out the website, gorgeous271.com. Gorgeous271.com. Ladies. Keep up with the latest luxury styles and trends at gorgeous271.com. Alright? Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Alright? Peace.